Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. We are officially in the final week of the Guardian Lames, and if you haven't finished your stuff, or maybe you've just been putting it off because, you know, it's a pretty lame event, if I'm being totally honest. And, you know, there's no way the Titans aren't going to win at this point. Like, it's 100% done. Titans won every day except for the very first day. It's whatever. But anyway, if you've been procrastinating, or if you just haven't been bothered to do it, you might not know the best builds to go out and farm your laurels. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you what I believe to be the best laurel farming builds for each one of the three classes. These builds will give you a pretty good method to farm laurels in forges, destinations, strikes, gambit, pretty much everything except Crucible, because Crucible is its own monster. In Crucible, just have your class item equipped, throw grenades, use your melee, use your super. You're going to get those laurels eventually. Also, these builds are going to be pretty basic. I'm not going to be talking about any specific mods or weapons, although you should definitely know that things like impact induction are never going to be bad to add to these builds. Things like Monte Carlo, when using that weapon you get your melee back faster. Things like weapons with Demolitionist. These are all going to help you get more abilities. The more abilities you get, the more ability kills you get. The more ability kills you get, the more laurels you get. The more laurels you get, the more dead you feel inside. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and farm these, just keep those in mind. I'm just going to show you the class builds with some exotic pairings, and hopefully you can go out and get some ability spam and go get your heir apparent, because if there is one glittering piece of gold in this piece of crap event, it is the heir apparent. It actually is a really fun weapon. You get an overshield, you get to become a cabal. It's a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and talk builds. For hunters, I played around with a lot of different subclass builds, and what I believe to be the best, most consistent laurel farming build is going to be on Gunslinger, Way of 1,000 Cuts. You want to go ahead and put Gambler's Dodge on, because dodging near enemies gives you your melee back, and it's just really good. The knife fillet thing, you know, stacks up to 3, and it drastically reduces the cooldown of your next throwing knife. So you can literally just run around and use knives as a primary, essentially. You don't need to use, that's it, just throw knives. Just throw fucking knives. Like, he's doing it in the picture. That's what you do. Pair this build with Ophidia Spaith, which gives you 2 knives per charge, and you are literally just a fucking knife machine. You just run around throwing knives at everything, not giving a shit who gets in your way, just not caring about life, just throwing knives. All about that knife life. Can we get some hype in chat for knife life? Hunters, I'm gonna keep saying knife, take a shot every time Pyro says knife. You get the idea, just throw a lot of knives, guys. That's all you need to do on this hunter with this build, and you will make a ton of laurels. Let's move on to Titans. For you dumbass Titans, I say that as a Titan main for the past 5 years. Knockout is your best friend. Bottom Tree Striker. Once you get Knockout going, it's a debuff that lasts for 5 seconds. Once it gets going, for some reason, every single melee, regardless of if you have a charged melee or not, counts as a charged melee and generates laurels. So you just run around punching things, which is a very Titan thing to do. You should feel right at home, and you just keep making laurels. Pair this build with Insurmountable Skull Fort just to be even more Titan, and just run around punch everything. That's all you need to do for this build. Like, you don't need to worry about your melee recharging. You don't need to worry about health, because Skull Fort's got that covered. Just keep punching stuff. You don't even need, you don't even need to like walk to pick up the laurel after you get the kill, because it just picks it up automatically, because they're within such close proximity of you whenever you're punching them. Like, this is why Titans are winning, guys. It's this build right here. This is why everybody is playing a Titan to farm all this stuff, because it is beyond easy mode. It really and truly is. Go punch some things. Have fun. And last and certainly least, we have Warlocks. Now, I will say this about Warlocks. I do think that they have the most options here. You have the Arc builds with any of the Arc supers. It doesn't really matter. With Crown of Tempests, it's a fun build. You will get a lot of laurels back from that. For solar builds, you can pick top or bottom tree Dawnblade, or you can even go with Well and run it with something like Sunbracers, have a few seconds of grenade spam. But in my opinion, I think that the best, most consistent way to do this is going to be Voidwalker with Devour. You're definitely going to want to pair it with Nezaric's Sin, the exotic helmet that gives you ability energy back on void kills. This also works with void weapon kills, by the way. So if you were to pair this with something like a void weapon that has Demolitionist, you are just beyond synergizing whenever you have Devour active. It is literally just grenade spam. Even without the Demolitionist stuff, I'm just using a Recluse in here, it's more than enough to get that last little bit of grenade energy to get your next grenade to throw out. Devour is going to increase your ability regeneration to begin with, and you toss the grenades down, just stand in it, the enemies run to you because they're dumb, and you just get free laurels. This is, in my opinion, the best, most consistent build with the least amount of downtime. That's my biggest complaint about the other two builds, the Arc and Solar Warlock builds, is that you will have some downtime, and you're going to be having to use something like, something like a Monte Carlo to cover that extra little bit of ability stuff that you're not going to get back. So like I said, this is, in my opinion, the most consistent one. But if you're like allergic to Void or something, then by all means, go with the Sunbracers build or go with Crown of Tempest build. That is going to do it for this video. Thankfully, that is also going to do it for this event. Bungie kinda... I love Bungie, but this was a swing and a miss, man. This was... this was not a competition whatsoever, but that's a topic for a different video. If you enjoyed this video, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you, man. I really do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.